265th day of the war in Ukraine. Mediacentru Ukraine is working. My name is Vasil Samokhvalo, and we are starting our briefing. Our host, Artem Boiko, a marketing director at UNIT.City. Good morning. Let it be. uh, Artem, so today we are going to talk to you about the outcomes of the Web Summit in Lisbon. Web Summit, this is one of the topical events concerning innovations and digital technologies. These days, Ukrainian part and desk was working there, and you and your team were responsible for the preparation of this unit. So my first question is, tell us more about your unit, how many people visited your unit, and what was it about? So first of all, I would like to say that Ukraine takes part for the second time during Web Summit and has its unit and presentation unit. Our presentation unit last year was not that big, but we really saw great attention to our presentation unit from startups, from presenters. Actually, we had like last year, it was like 2 to 4 meters stand out, and we thought at the time that next year we will make it bigger. Our presentation unit will be more attractive because we understood the attraction to the Ukraine in the world, but we also understand all the differences that were implemented during the war, because generally people start preparing for the Web Summit in April and May, but we understood that it would be like impossible for us to get prepared on a properly because of the war, though on the other hand we were given for free the place for our presentation unit. And later on our team collected, and we understood that we cannot just neglect the possibility to take part in one of the most important technological conference in the world. And given all the condition and war realities we are living in, still it will not be improper for us not to take part. Therefore, we decided to get ready. The square area of our presentation unit was one of the biggest, actually, that is accessible for rent during Web Summit. We made everything in Ukrainian identics. We colored one of its zones, one of the walls. There was United 24 brand, and people actually could see what is going on in the combat areas in Kupiansk, in Bucha. So there were lots of images on this wall of people could wear the headset, the goggles, virtual goggles, and just have a look at what is going on in the combat zones. Of course, we had a chance to make our presentations, and frankly speaking, we were a bit nervous. We thought that people will not attend our presentation, but actually our presentation unit abounded in people all the time, because it was even difficult to take a picture of the presentation unit without people, because people were all the time. When our celebrities, Usik and the First Lady joined us, there was a really great stir. And I think that, first of all, maybe because of the war, but apart from this, people still are interested, from the companies who are interested in Ukraine, in our startups. They joined, even not mentioning the content of war. Also, we would like to hear more about the context of war, because for technological market, for the IT community, what was the influence of it, about what people were talking about? Maybe there was more attention to the cyber safety, maybe to the humanitarian startups or missions, etc. To be honest, I cannot say that I felt these topics in the presentation of speakers on the main stage or in the panel discussions. No, people go on. The world goes on. People talk about cyber innovations, about cryptocurrency, and of course, I would like to note that the war topic also was interesting for people because everyone marked the input of the Ukrainian IT people for all the projects, humanitarian, military projects they have made, because we really saw really great services that help Ukrainians to deter the enemy, and starting with the alarm and a lot of others. We had a startup where we were talking about how Ukrainian ecosystem suffers. That was the fourth day, actually, like not that popular, but actually everything was full and packed. All the seats were occupied because people are interested how they can help us in such a critical situation. As far as the key top presenters are concerned, they were not mentioning the war within our context. What are our main conclusions made out of this web summit? Where technological world is moving, and what will be the main technological trends in the near future? Where IT and technological Ukraine is going to move on in the near future? The first trend is the blockchain technologies and Web3 as such. Everything what we see, the whole digital world is going into the Web3 because this is really comfortable and gives a great impetus for the new ideas, for new developments, and for the new technology. Therefore, if your company pretends to have some innovativeness, or if it's high time for you to get into Web3 technology. The second trend is the movement towards the metaverse. There are more and more people on our planet, and we understand that unconditional income becomes real in the world, and therefore many countries, they are thinking of the entertainment, of the leisure, because actually today I saw that there are already 8 billion people on our planet. Therefore it's important to provide proper leisure and entertainment for the people, and to create the digital worlds as a part of it. And this is the second trend, I would say. And of course, I'm not, as a person, a technological person, I cannot imagine how it's going to be in practice, but a lot of people were talking about metaverse on Web Summit. And the third trend that I would like to mention is this is the decentralization as such. A majority of companies understand that the more decentralized assets are, the more independent they are from one another. The user of the internet or the digital services, we understand that the quality becomes better. The quality of services, the quality of goods, of the creative goods. So again, Web3, decentralization, and metaverse. What is the place of Ukraine on this map? And is it possible for Ukraine to become a country which produces IT and technological products, but not the country of the external development? I think that in general, we are passing this way quite quickly as compared to other countries. We are already showing that our startups produced by our software engineers, they're not just it's not just we are doing everything by hand. We are doing by our brain, and I think that there is a great prospectus for Ukraine in the future. And I think that every year more and more companies, they don't want to be just developers. They would like to create their own services and products, and it's really visible when you are looking at Ukrainian startups, because every year, even despite the war, people continue to make up something extraordinary, some services, products, and decisions. And I am sure that in 5 or 10 years, Ukraine will turn from the service one to the company creating something new. Thank you very much. We had Artem Boiko with us, who was talking about the main digital trends that he saw during the WAP summit in Lisbon, also about the place of Ukraine there, and again about how world and fantastic fantastic movies become our realities. Thank you very much. Marketer director Artem Boiko was with us. Our next briefing will be in 1 p.m. dedicated to IT sphere. We're going to talk about our authorities and our IT people about how to save the area during the war.